Recently, we lost one of the last remaining members of the golden generation in Grass Wonder. And like many of the other horses we've reacted to from the videos from Pyrex, I don't really know her career that well. So I'm looking forward to this tribute in memoriam to Grass Wonder. So let's get straight into this reaction, guys. Grass Wonder, a golden legacy of Uma Musume.
It's funny how works of media can bring people together, whether it be modern art, literature, movies, or in this case, an anime horse racing game.
Anime horse
Musume
waifus.
has reached a global scale,
Power is
impacting
terrifying.
the lives of many trainers eager to learn more about their favorite Umas. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for this game, and you wouldn't be watching either without the global release.
It's true. It's
So with
completely
this
true.
newfound platform, I wanted to take today to honor the legacy of an Uma whose real-life counterpart has unfortunately passed away a few
07s, guys.
days ago.
07s.
This isn't just a video of his life and career, but also a tribute to his legacy and the closing of an iconic era with his passing. This is a story of Grass Wonder, the last remaining racehorse of the golden generation. Grass Wonder was a chestnut horse born on February 18, 1995 at the Derby.
Oh, he's got the little spot. Obviously, she had the little spot in her hair.
Japan,
So that's
Grass
where it came
Wonder was
from.
a racehorse originally born in America. His sire was
Oh,
Silver Hawk,
okay.
an American-bred thoroughbred who was widely known for producing strong offspring. Hawk's children were commonly adept to turf courses. Diving further back into Grass's sire's lineage also reveals a connection to Hail to Reason, an American champion 2-year-old colt of 1960.
So,
Grass's dam was a mare.
Grass was extremely American.
Who came from a lineage of memorable horses.
I'm surprised they didn't go the Taiki shuttle route when they were coming to the design. Obviously, the hair pattern makes sense, but it just seemed that she is an extremely American racehorse.
Flora's grandsire was Northern Dancer, yet another famous racehorse, this time from Canada. Dancer would display a monstrous racing career, with the lowest placement being 3rd place over the course of 18 races in the 1960s. Northern Dancer would be the first non-human inducted to the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame, and was amongst the most successful stallions of the 20th century.
The first non-human, that's insane.
Dancer's lineage would also provide Grass Wonder with a great skill of adaptability on the racecourse. In September of 1996, Grass Wonder was placed in the Keeneland sale. This sale was standard in the world of horse racing, where racehorses are purchased by new owners and trained for future racing careers. The Derby Dan Farm, where Grass was born,
That's nice.
mainly makes money through breeding and racing, with the sale of foals and yearlings playing a big financial role at the
Nice
farm.
area.
It would be at this sale that Grass Wonder would catch the attention of Hanzawa Ltd., who would pay $250,000 to purchase Grass Wonder and bring him back to Japan. Grass Wonder, despite the name's seeming simplicity,
Wonder
does
Boy.
have a meaning behind it. Grass refers to the Hanzawa's clan name, while Wonder refers to his sibling, Wonder Again, who was a 2-time G1 winner in the USA. Upon arriving in Japan, Grass Wonder would be placed under the care of Mitsuhiro Ogata, who'd begin to train Grass for future races to come. Grass Wonder would debut on September 13, 1997 at the 3-year-old Shinma tournament at the Nakayama racecourse. Grass
a little
Wonder,
bit chaotic.
despite this being their debut, would be the fan favorite to win this race.
Is
This
that
was due to the
number
strong
9?
lineage Grass Wonder came from and the high expectation for him to
Oh yeah, no,
perform
it
his
says top left.
debut. Grass Wonder would be jockeyed by Hitoshi Matoba, a familiar name if you've been following this series. Matoba would famously jockey Rice Shower, with his Triple Crown upsets earning him the nickname Hitman. Grass Wonder would live up to the expectations set for him, winning his debut race by
And that's how she
3
became
horse lengths.
the Black
It was
Assassin
clear that Grass had a
with the
knack for racing,
Hitman jockey.
and due to his strong lineage, was more than capable of performing on the racecourse. Unlike many horses' first year of racing, Grass Wonder would aim to compete in nearly every level of the graded races, these being
Goddamn.
G3, G2, and G1 graded races.
His
Following
first
his
year,
G3
that's
debut,
quite ballsy.
Grass would compete in the Ivy Stakes. Unsurprisingly, he'd be the fan favorite to win once again. Just like his debut race, Grass Wonder would
Gone.
claim victory
Just
once
gone.
more, this time with 5 horse lengths between him and second place. It would be after 2 ungraded races, and in the first year of Grass's career, that he would enter his first graded race. On November 8, 1997, Grass Wonder competed in the Keisei High Sansei Stakes, a G2 graded race held in Tokyo.
First graded race be a G2.
High for Grass Wonder to
Solid.
continue his winning streak. To no one's surprise, Grass Wonder's winning streak would continue with yet another first place finish.
Dominant.
Winning a G2 graded race, there was only one test left of Grass Wonder's strength. This would be participating in a G1 race. G1s are the pinnacle of the racing world in Japan, bringing the strongest horses to each competition. On December 7, 1997, Grass Wonder participated in the Asahi High Sansei Stakes, with two notable competitors being Minor Love and Agnes World. Agnes would have a winning streak of his own, while Love
I thought he was going to say Takion there.
Races against notable horses like
I suppose Takion was much later.
Despite the G1 grade and the participation of other strong horses, Grass Wonder was still the fan favorite to win by a large margin. Grass Wonder wouldn't only break away from the pack and secure first place, but would also set a record time of 1:33.6 seconds. With 4 victories under his belt, Grass Wonder would end the first year of his racing undefeated, placing first in every race he participated in.
Dominant.
Due to the sheer display of strength and the winning streak, Grass Wonder would be named the strongest 2-year-old horse in Japan in the year 1997. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Pyrex, Grass Wonder is in Uma Musume's first season, but you haven't talked about the parallels at all yet. That's because Grass Wonder's career in the anime follows his history between 1998 and 1999.
Okay.
This period would spark a fierce rivalry between several notable names in Japanese horse racing history, and provide many triumphs and upsets over the span of these 2 years. Unsurprisingly, entering the year 1998, expectations were high for Grass Wonder to perform well once again. Coming off an undefeated year, fans were eager to see a winning streak continue. One interesting thing to note about Grass Wonder's career is the absence in participation for the spring season.
Okay, so why was that? Okay, I see.
Grass
Yes.
Wonder is unable to race against anyone in Tracing Academy due to a leg injury she's recovering from at the start of the season. This will reflect events that would occur in March of 1998, where Grass Wonder would sustain a leg injury. This would put Grass out of the competition for the spring season, and force him on a road to recovery. As a quick refresher, at this time, Grass Wonder was not eligible to compete in the Japan Triple Crown Series.
Oh, so this would have been
Grass
before
Wonder being a foreign-born horse brought to Japan.
Oh.
Regulations were in place.
Oh, so it's not because of the Oguri Cap rule and being before Oguri Cap. It might not be before Oguri Cap. I'm not entirely sure when they began racing, but because it is foreign bred. Oh, I didn't really realize that would be a big part in it. Really,
against foreign horses competing in G1 races.
That seems a
in
bit.
Which all 3 legs of the Triple Crown reside. Returning to racing on October 11, 1998, and after 10 months away from the race course, Grass Wonder will participate in the Mainichi Okan. This race is reflected in Uma Musume. However, the focus of this race is between Silent Suzuka and El Condor Pasa. This is due to the fact that Grass Wonder, despite the long hiatus, had still not recovered to full strength. Grass Wonder had periostitis on his left front leg, possibly caused from the strain on his other leg.
Oh, is that why it's bandaged up?
Fracture.
Is it bandaged
This
up?
condition is described as the inflammation of the periosteum, a tough membrane that covers the bones in the body. This would cause pain, tenderness, and swelling of the affected area. In the anime, prior to Grass Wonder's participation in the Mainichi Okan, we see her practicing all she can in order to seize yet another victory. Even her trainer advises her not to overdo it, at risk of injuring herself again. Knowing Grass Wonder's condition, Matoba, Grass's jockey, was presented with the choice. In addition to Grass Wonder, El Condor Pasa was also participating, Matoba being the primary jockey for both.
Oh, okay.
Hiro Ogata, due to Grass's current condition, advised Matoba to jockey El Condor Pasa, even though Pasa was strong and in far better shape over Grass Wonder. After heavy deliberation, Matoba would stay by Grass Wonder's side and jockey him at the Mainichi Okan.
That's a real
Grass
one.
Wonder's participation
That's a real one right there.
in the Okan in the anime is brief, only showing her marking Silent Suzuka just to be distanced as the race continued. Just like in the anime, Matoba would attempt to keep a mark on Silent Suzuka. However, he soon found Grass Wonder stalling slightly, drifting further back. Ultimately, this would be Grass Wonder's first defeat, placing 5th at the Mainichi Okon. Despite the loss, Matoba would later regard that the outcome wasn't bad whatsoever. For not racing for a 10-month span, it was understandable that Grass Wonder wasn't back to his full potential. This hits incredibly hard if you know Matoba's history, being the jockey that rode Rice Shower in his final race at the Takarazuka Kinen in 1995.
He made sure she made it home, and that's what matters. She made it home.
We see Grass Wonder completely dejected as she exits the race course, only to encounter her trainer, Hana Tojo. Tojo, in the Umamusume universe, seems to be a strict trainer who wants only the best out of her Umas. Even so, after this crushing defeat, she acts to comfort Grass Wonder, stating that she'll peak at her next G1 race. The Mainichi Okon is a G3 graded race, and the next race would be of the same category. On November 7, 1998, Grass Wonder will participate in the Argentine Republic Cup. Once more, this race will result in an even lower placement for Grass Wonder, ending the race in 6th. Originally, the plan was to recover and come back eventually to compete in the Japan Cup in 1998. After the back-to-back losses, that goal would ultimately be abandoned, with some criticizing the choice.
I mean, it's probably wise. It's
Both
probably
Uma
wise.
and Matoba wondered at this point if Grass Wonder would be able to secure victories like he did in the first year of his career. Even with these doubts, Grass Wonder would set a new goal: the Arima Kinen, which would be held on December 27th, 1998.
I think we know where this is going.
Grass Wonder would not
I think we know where this is going.
Signifying a possible disconnect between racehorse and jockey. Due to this, several of Grass Wonder's competitors considered his career all but over. A horse that once showed great promise reduced to one that could barely chase after 5th place. Even with the doubt from his competition, there were still those who believed in Grass Wonder's capabilities. Aside from the difficulty synergizing with Grass Wonder, both Matoba and Ogata continued to train for the Arima Kinen. One interesting thing to note in Season 1 is an interaction that occurs in Episode 7.
Okay.
Though brief, it plays a tremendous depth to Grass Wonder's career. In Episode 7, after suffering the 5th place finish at the Mainichi Okon, Grass Wonder approaches Maruzensky, inquiring to train alongside her. Though this may come across as a simple determined gesture to grow stronger, it actually ties to real-life events. Following Grass Wonder's multiple wins in 1997, many were referred to him as the second coming of Maruzensky.
I wonder why that was.
Both horses were of foreign lineage and displayed exceptional talent while racing.
I guess that's why.
Leading to this title would be the 1997 Asahi High, where both Maruzensky
that is insane distance.
Impressive victories.
That is insane distance.
Is full of horses who competed against one another during their careers, and the 1998 Arima Kinen is a prime example of that fact. This race would include Grass Wonder, Seiyun Sky, Air Groove, King Halo, Mejiro Dober, Mejiro Bright, and Matikane Fukukitaru. In this
fair play on the pronunciation.
Race,
Gold star on that one.
The underdog of his generation would be the fan favorite to win. Grass Wonder would be third under Mejiro Bright and Air Groove. An important note is the fact that Matoba, Grass's jockey, was known for his target marking strategy. Matoba had a clear mastery in marking certain racehorses and maintaining chase throughout the race. Grass Wonder would hang in 7th to 8th place for a majority of the race before advancing after the 3rd corner. Keeping a lock on Seiyun Sky, Grass would overtake
so it was a late surger,
meters, claiming a win at the Arima Kinen. This victory would be nearly a year after Grass Wonder's Asahi Cup victory in 1990.
Just about held.
It is
just
also
about
important
held.
to note that Matoba, despite jockeying several famous racehorses, didn't gloat after a victory. Matoba firmly believed in the strength of the horse, allowing him to claim a victory alongside them.
He's not wrong.
Matoba,
He's not wrong.
A win was a collective between a racehorse and jockey, and he alone could never claim that title. Matoba had a deep connection with every horse he worked with, making each victory a catalyst to only deepen the connection he had with each horse he raced. After nearly a year of trials,
He seems like a good dude.
Grass Wonder had fully bounced back from an injury that forcefully paused his career. Even though his trainer and jockey thought that Grass would never claim another victory, he would act to prove them wrong in the final race of 1998. This victory would end Grass Wonder's racing career on a high note that year. Before we move on to the remaining 2 years of Grass Wonder's career, it is important to establish
Not that many
the
races,
generation
are there?
he
I mean, obviously there was the injury.
The Golden Generation is a term that describes a generation of horses who were born in 1995 and reached their classic year in 1998. Many of Season 1's cast are members of this Golden Generation. This generation was described as incredibly strong, bringing forth fierce competition across a duration of several key races. This generation...
I suppose it makes sense that they decided to use the Golden Generation for Season 1. And if you did see the Special Week video, it makes sense why they focused on Spechan for Season 1 as the protagonist. It's just a fantastic era of horse racing.
And foreign-bred horses rise to stardom with a series of impressive victories. Horses of this generation would include Special Week, Seiyun Sky, El Condor Pasa, King Halo, and Grass Wonder. 1999 would prove to be a monumental year for Grass Wonder, with one of his future races being a major upset in the Golden Generation. At the start of the year, Grass Wonder's original goal was to race in the Nakayama Kinen on March 14th. Ultimately, after examining Grass Wonder and discovering muscle pain in his right shoulder, his trainer would instead aim to compete in the Osaka High held on April 4th. Almost in a string of unfortunate events, Grass Wonder will receive a laceration after the final training session before the Osaka High. This would once more cause his trainer to pull him from the race, this time aiming for the KO High Spring Cup, which would be held on May 15th. Grass Wonder would claim yet another victory at the KO High Spring Cup, finishing the race slightly in front of the second place recipient, Air Jihad. In the following race, Grass Wonder would compete.
I know that this video isn't about the air horses, but how come every horse that has air in the beginning of its name has the most unhinged second name? Air Jordan after Michael Jordan, Air Shakur after Tupac. I'm sure there's more. Why? I'm curious about this quirky branch of Japanese horse racing that decide to just name all their horses after popular culture. I'd like to learn more about those, to be honest.
Being the fan favorite,
it's such a weird curiosity.
Losing by a nose to Jihad. With one win and one loss under his belt for his 1999 career, the next race Grass Wonder will participate in will be one of the most iconic of his race history. The Takarazuka Kinen is one of 2 all-star races held in Japan alongside the Arima Kinen.
So this is one he can race as a G1.
Horses are selected by fan vote, while the remainder are determined by total prize money won. In this race, Grass Wonder would be second favorite to win, and second in the fan voting. This placement was beneath the fan favorite, Special Week. Special Week was an incredibly strong horse during his time, sired by Sunday Silence, and whose dam was a descendant of Maruzensky. This race is reflected in the Uma Musume anime, where Grass Wonder's dead focus is reflected on the target marking tactics of Matoba. Matoba would heavily mark Special Week in this race, keeping a close eye on him as he jockeyed Grass Wonder. In the anime, Grass surges past Special Week in the final 200 meters of the race, directly reflecting Matoba's command to pursue Special Week in actual racing footage. In the anime, Grass Wonder comes off Special Week's failure to realize Grass as a real competitor. At this point in the anime, Special Week takes excessive care of Silent Suzuka, who had injured herself at the Autumn Tenno show. This resulted in Grass Wonder's sheer determination to persevere and defeat Special Week at this race. Grass Wonder would claim victory by 3 horse lengths over Special Week. This would also mark a milestone in Grass Wonder's career, winning both the Arima Kinen and the Takarazuka Kinen, 2 races which made up the Grand Prix. With this overwhelming victory, the next
the Kinens have a Grand Prix,
a race Grass had previously placed 5th in 1998. This time, Grass Wonder would barely seize victory over Meisho Odo, redeeming his previous loss in 1998. Though the final race of Grass Wonder's career in 1999 isn't displayed in the Umamusume
Special Week fans, turn away now. Turn away now.
Anime, It is a race that holds high significance in both his career and the career of another. Just like the Takarazuka Kinen, at the 1999 Arima Kinen, Grass Wonder would find himself once more against Special Week. This holds high significance since this would not only mark revenge for the Takarazuka Kinen if Special Week won, but also because this was Special Week's final race before retirement. In the month prior to the Arima Kinen, Special Week had competed in the Japan Cup. It would be at this race where Special Week would make history, claiming a victory for Japan once more. This was during a period where Japanese racehorses were fighting to retain the Japan Cup title. Special Week's win would continue off the victory of El Condor Pasa, and be followed by the victories of TM Opero and Jungle Pocket. Unsurprisingly, the victory at the Japan Cup gained a lot of attention for Special Week.
Really enjoyed TM Opero's story.
The fan favorite to win. Special Week's jockey was also a famous figure in Japan. Yutaka Take, in modern day, is still an active jockey, being the first in Japan's history to claim over 4,000 victories across a multitude of races. Recently,
that's over 30 years ago.
Victory on the track. In addition to a seasoned understanding
Good
of
lord.
racing, Take had also jockeyed for various horses we see in Uma Musume, a few being
Kita-san,
Oguri Cap, Super Creek, Mejidoma Queen, and Air Gru.
I'm sorry, this guy's just got an absolute who's who of horses that he's raced. These are some of the top horses in Japan, if not world racing. Definitely Japanese racing. This is the creme de la creme, and he's raced all of them over the span of a career of over 30 years. Guys, the GOAT of horse racing has to be. That is insane. 4,600 wins.
Other to spurt to give chase as the race began. Both Matoba and Take were planning to wait it out and see who acted first. However, when
So who blinks first?
Another competitor began his spurt, Matoba gave chase. This resulted in Take commanding Special Week to surge as well. This fierce battle for the finish line resulted in both competitors finishing literally neck to neck.
Literally a nose.
So close
Literally a nose.
Needed to be announced to determine the winner. There was a lot on the line for both racehorses. For Special Week, it was the redemption for the defeat at the Takarazuka Kinen, and the continuation of victories following the Japan Cup. For Grass Wonder, it would be defeating Special Week yet again, and receiving his second Arima Kinen victory. Yutaka Take was confident that Special Week had claimed victory, but the results would shatter his expectations. Grass Wonder had beaten Special Week by only a few centimeters difference.
I think it's like 3 centimeters.
Significance, with Grass Wonder being the only racehorse from the Golden Generation to best Special Week not once, but twice. This was also a milestone with the third consecutive win in the Grand Prix titles for Grass Wonder, claiming the 1998 and 1999 Arima Kinen and the 1998 Takarazuka.
To do the double on the Kinen.
This feat was
Kinen is insane.
by Speed Symboli, truly a display of Grass Wonder's racing capabilities. Following the dominant career in 1999, Ogata planned on retiring Grass Wonder. However, with the retirement of El Condor Pasa in Special Week, he wanted to see how Grass would perform for one final year. Instead of playing a hand in directly training Grass, Ogata would instead observe from afar. Sadly, due to the exchange of hands and change in diet and training, Grass Wonder's final year of racing would be unremarkable, with his highest placement being 6th at the Nikkei show. Comically, you could blame this on Grass Wonder's American descent. Due to a change in caretakers, Grass Wonder was fed far too much, and ultimately would overeat, gaining over 20 kilograms during his racing career in the year 2000. This made him a lot more sluggish and far exceeded the recommended weight for each race he participated in. This would also
surely they noticed it at the time of, hold on, this horse is a little bit more rotund than how we remember. Perhaps we should cut down on the hay, just a smidgen.
Toba, Grass Wonder's jockey, with the string of defeats and the rapid weight gain, Matoba would see less inquiries to jockey other racehorses. The handling of Grass Wonder's final year didn't shine a stellar light on the jockey, even if it wasn't his fault for the horse.
I was going to say, how would the jockey play a part in this? Surely it's the trainer, the training camp, the stable that looks after all of this. Why would the jockey get the shit for it?
Matoba would eventually win the mile championships alongside Agnes Digital and soon retire in 2001, becoming an assistant training instructor. After retirement, Grass Wonder will reside in the Big Red Farm in Hokkaido. It would be
good old Hokkaido.
Will enjoy retirement life and balloon to a well-fed horse.
Not off. That is a chungus.
327 children, with more than half being winners in their own respective races.
How many?
Due to this, Grass Wonder was considered a successful sire in his retirement days. Funnily enough, Big Red Farm is also where Goldship would spend his time later in Grass Wonder's retirement life. Though they never raced together, it is said that Goldship and Grass Wonder would get along fairly well with one another. Grass Wonder would also be the highest real-life horse to receive donations from fans of the Uma Musume franchise. Even with the explosive rise of Haru Urara, she still sits second to the amount of support given to Grass Wonder in retirement.
I did not know that.
Grass Wonder would live out the remainder of his days happy, well-fed, and active, living a life of leisure at the Big Red Farm. Grass Wonder would also be represented in the Umamusume anime not only as a rival of Special Week, but also as a member of Team Regal. This team would have some of Japan's most influential racehorses as members. However, over time, each one would sadly pass away. The same can be said for the members of the Golden Generation. One by one, leaving a legacy behind, both in the fan...
Guys, I expect a lot of 07s in the comments for this because...
and in the remaining members who are still
Halo.
alive. Grass Wonder would pass away at the ripe age of 30 on August 8th,
It's a good run. It's a fantastic run.
Marking the passing of the final member from this Golden Generation. Although this marks the ending of a historical period in Japan's horse racing history,
It's the end of a chapter.
it certainly will not be forgotten.
End of a story.
Through countless dedicated fans and avid members of the Uma Musume community, the legacy of these horses will remain strong in the years to come. A community that was already dedicated in Japan has now spread worldwide.
Damn right it has.
A perfect way to bring people together and to ensure that these legacies are never forgotten. This was the story of Grass Wonder, a racehorse who would bounce back from injury and take on the strongest of his generation, personified in Uma Musume by a kind and gentle Uma, whose smile could warm anyone's heart. Rest in peace, Grass Wonder, and thank you for sharing your story with all of us.
That art is beautiful, by the way. That is beautiful art.
And I'll see you all in the next one.
I know I say this about Pyrex videos when I watch them, but they are just so well put together, and he has just a great way of presenting information and mixing it into the video editing. His storytelling is fantastic, and when you have a story as interesting and as diverse as the tale of Grass Wonder, it makes for a great story. If you enjoyed it, please do leave some likes, maybe subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Laverick out.